Austin Reaves isn't leaving, but LeBron James is allegedly plotting. Tyler Bilodeau has a forever home. Kinda. And the Soarks season is in jeopardy after losing their top scorer. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. I'm on the road on June 25th, 2026. Yes, I am in Houston's airport. Feel free to find your favorite rubber trash can and bang the living hell out of it in celebration. We have a lot of basketball to discuss today, so if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. So, before we go through the news and notes, we have a quick look at the scoreboard. Dodgers 4, Mini Scrotum 3. A sweep. The Dodgers' magic number slides down to 75. Meanwhile, today, the Soarks are at Toronto at 4, and we'll talk more about them in a few minutes. So with that out of the way, let's get to the news. Once again, for all the yapping, for all the rumor mongering of Austin Reaves leaving Los Angeles, it's a flaming bag of monkey turd. The internet remains defeated. Always defeated, forever and ever. Amen. Reaves, the best free agent on the NBA market, was never available in the first place. He will sign a max contract with the Lakers. It is only a matter of the timing. 4 years, $185 million. The last year is a player option, the largest in NBA history for an undrafted player. It is the biggest non-controversy of the NBA summer. Reaves kept saying he wanted to stay. The Lakers said he was a priority, and without mentioning LeBron James, the message was crystal clear. The Lakers' future starts with Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. James has been basically relegated to something like the old guy at the club, hoping his younger boys can hook him up with a single mom looking for a good man. Straight and simple. Reaves' agreement, which does not include a hometown discount, has no impact on the Lakers' cap flexibility this summer. The team's projected salary space takes into account Reaves' $21 million cap hold. Free agents count on their team's spreadsheet for a predetermined amount. That is called a cap hold. As an undrafted free agent, Reaves was seriously underpaid, and that left him with a hold of about $21 million, which immediately gets baked into the cake. Simple translation, you sign Reaves last, and it doesn't touch the cap. Straight and simple. There is some risk, however, not of him leaving. The risk is he's entering his physical prime, and while his stats did spike last year, he's played a career-low 51 games last season and missed a playoff series due to multiple injuries. Reaves averaged 23.3 points, 5.5 assists, 4.7 rebounds. Very useful. Glad he's back. So, with that part out of the way, let's pause for a moment and do a little team building exercise without the human resource lady. We've been operating under an extreme scenario that the Lakers renounce all of their free agents. Maybe they don't, but let's assume they do. So what do the Lakers have at this moment? Well, they have their starting backcourt. Then they have 5 randos off the bench and last night's draft pick Cameron Carr. That means they need an entire starting front court, a backup center, a backup point guard, and preferably some better wing players. So don't freak yet. Still early in the game. Now, with that said, LeBron James appears to be playing GM again. I said don't freak. Let's hold to it. LeBron James wants you to freak, you shouldn't freak. ESPN's Brian Windhorst is not a reporter. He is a stenographer. He admits as much. He has said he would not have a journalism career if it weren't for LeBron James. He has also said he has refrained from speculating about LeBron James because then LeBron would be mad at him and he would lose access. So, Brian Windhorst and his 15 chins went on an ESPN radio show and floated a trial balloon, as they say in politics. Sign and trade James back to Cleveland for center Jarrett Allen. Said Windbag, quote, I think if the Cavs were willing to do that, they could have LeBron. Obviously, LeBron would have to want to sign with the Cavs, unquote. If. The only reason to take this seriously is because James told Brian Windhorst to say it. Windbag went on the radio 4 hours after the Reaves announcement. That is not a coincidence. So all I can say in response is, because there are so many ifs involved, it's not likely to happen. I'm not a James hater, but if he leaves and LA gets Allen, all I can say in response to that is don't threaten me with a good time. The Lakers would appreciate the parting gift of a starting center who's probably in the top 10 in the league. The Cavs, meanwhile, well, they could theoretically shift Evan Mobley to the 5, have James at the 4, but notice again how many ifs we are putting into this. That was basically started by LeBron James. Put it in the voice of James and not Windbag. If LeBron James said, if you're willing to send LA a center and if you are willing to pay me, this is something the Cavs, this is a message to both the Lakers and the Cavs. But the Cavs are so far over the salary cap, it would make a Democratic Socialist blush. And that doesn't even count whether James Harden will pick up his own option. As for the NBA draft, the Lakers got weird in the second round. They bought their way in. They cut a check to Chicago for the 56th slot. They took a Russian, a guard whose name I'll never be able to pronounce in a million years, and I won't have to, because then they sent him to Dallas. Maybe it's a thank you for gifting us Luka Doncic gift. I don't know. So I can't repeat this enough, because we've talked about the Lakers a lot so far. Don't freak. Social media, the internet, LeBron James, they all want you to freak. Common sense said Austin Reaves was staying. They wanted you to freak over him too. As for the rest of the roster, the Lakers signed 2 of their starters way after the last year's free agent period began. You're going to have to be patient. Ayton came a week after free agency started, Marcus Smart a month after. By the way, they might opt out and become free agents. Again, the theme, don't freak. If you're a Laker fan, let me know what you think in the comments thread. Meanwhile, the Clippers finally added a little size with the 36th overall pick. I'm sure the people of Oceanside who watch their G League team will be happy to see Baba Miller of Cincinnati. Now, this dude has a path to the NBA in that he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. But he can't shoot. So I hope they can teach him that. He rebounds, protects the rim, that's great, but he can't shoot. And the Clippers added 2 more with an express ticket to the G League. Nick Martinelli of Northwestern and Narcisse Ngoy of France, both in the 7 foot range. ESPN is reporting that teams are interested in trading for Kawhi Leonard, to which we could all say, we know. Steve Ballmer isn't interested in trading him. We know that, ESPN doesn't. UCLA forward Tyler Bilodeau, as expected, did get taken in the second round. At pick 43, he goes to Brooklyn. My condolences. We have discussed him at length. Scoring is a primary need of the NBA, and he absolutely can do that. What he doesn't necessarily do is create his own shot or play NBA-level defense. He's going to get chances to make the team. If the newly drafted Michael Brown Jr. or newly acquired Julius Randle can consistently draw double teams, it's possible Bilodeau makes the team, because that would leave him open for catch and shoot threes. A little more basketball to discuss. We have done a bit of taunting the Sparks during their decade of unparalleled stupidity, because it's well deserved. They were once the glamour franchise of the WNBA, if the WNBA was actually glamorous, but I digress. Team hasn't made the playoffs since 2020, and it's sure looking like a streak that's gonna continue. If the Kalshi markets gave a damn about the WNBA, I know where my money would go. Kelsey Plum, second in the league at scoring at 23.9 points per game, will miss at least 4 weeks with a lower left leg injury. Further details regarding the injury were not announced because the Sparks were busy planning their funeral arrangements. I feel bad for them in this case. They put a sincere effort to build a winning roster in the offseason. The playoff drought is the longest in the league, and now the gamble looks like snake eyes. The fatal flaw of their roster is a bench that stank worse than a water treatment plant. They had one bench player in Cameron Brink. She got hurt a week ago. So now how the hell do you replace Plum? And if any of them get in foul trouble, who the hell do you replace that with? Plum missed 3 games with a right ankle injury earlier this season. I don't know if she aggravated something in her left leg or if the team decided to shut her down for another reason. LA is 1-3 without her, by the way. Here's where the trouble for the Sparks actually gets even worse. Nneka Ogwumike, 35. Dierika Hamby, 31. Plum, 31. Ariel Atkins turns 30 next month. So, to the Sparks, I appreciate the fact that they tried their best to build a good team. Prepare for yet another ugly rebuild. Meanwhile, at one of the hubs for World Cup soccer, we have soccer news. The Galaxy have rejected a bid for winger Gabriel Peck, according to The Athletic. Cruzeiro, a Brazilian club, wanted to pony up $8 million. The Galaxy told them, "Thanks for the insult to my intelligence, get out of my face." Because for one, the Galaxy paid $10 million for the guy's rights in 2024. You want them to lose money on the deal. Moreover, he helped them win an MLS Cup. He's not even in his physical prime yet at age 25. And oh, by the way, 45 goals in 101 matches. So there's that. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me what you thought of the Lakers and the Clippers in the NBA draft. And if you enjoyed the update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Keon Cortell Queso production. Sorry for the noise, by the way. Take care.